So today I'm going to teach you about what setting is. Setting is part of a story. Does anyone know what it does for a story? What it is? Jill?
It tells you where you are in the story.
Where you are, that's awesome. So, key word there is where. What could where mean? Could mean like a geographical location. Yeah, Mike? No, go ahead.
I was going to say a place.
A place? No, exactly. So like a place, which could be like you're in Peru or you're in the United States, but it could also be like, are you at school or are you at home? So what else though, besides where? What do you need to know in a story that gives you sort of the setting? Ashley?
Like when it's happening.
Exactly, when. So where and when are the key elements of a story. When could be like the year or the time of day, morning or night. So does that make sense to everyone? Awesome. So what we're going to do to help you with this is I'm going to give you all a paragraph. It's the same paragraph. I'm going to read it out loud. And once I finish, we're going to sort of sort out the different components of where and when. Jacob looked out the window to see a sheet of white snow covering the streets far below him. He could see the other kids peering out the window of the apartment building across from him. The sun was just rising and very few cars had made track in the snow yet. He decided to turn on the television to listen to the weather. Alright, so take a minute to soak that in. And then when you're ready, tell me if you see something that could be a where or a when. Something that gives you the setting of the situation. Yeah, Emily?
It's winter.
Yeah, good. So you see the word snow, right? Is that what helped you there? So you know it's not going to be summer. It's obviously going to be the winter time. Anything else? Jill?
The sun was rising, so it's morning time.
Awesome. So that's going to be a when. The sun is rising. We know it's morning and we know it's winter. What other clues do we have? Mike?
He's probably in a building on a higher level or a higher floor because the street's far below him.
Yeah, that's really good. So that's kind of a tricky one. Does anyone see that? It says, the white snow covering the streets far below him. So adjectives can be really good indicators of the setting. Because when it says far below him, he's not on the first floor of the apartment, he's on a higher floor. And that's another thing, is the apartment building is also aware of that sort of situation. So do you think he's in the countryside or the city?
In the city? Because they're
Right.
apartments.
Exactly. Anyone else have anything that could sort of indicate when or where? One thing is that he turned on the television. Does that give you any clue as to maybe when this is? Do you think it's recent, or do you think it's like 1900s, 1800s? Jill?
More recent.
Right, because television wasn't invented until fairly recently. Before you guys were born, but that's okay. Okay, so now what we need to figure out is, why is this important? So we know when and we know where, but what does that actually tell you about a story? For example, if the next line was, Jacob looked out the window and saw a lion walking across the street, what would you think? Making a weird face, right?
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, it'd be weird because it's the winter time, you're in a city, none of that adds together. So setting kind of gives you a context for the situation. Tells you what to expect from the story, tells you sort of, are you in a futuristic setting, or like what kind of genre you're reading, if it's a Western or if it's a romance novel, something like that. Does that make sense to everybody? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Alright, are you guys ready?
Yeah!
So, memorizing the different kinds of a triangle can be pretty hard. I know that. It's kind of tricky. But I made up a little cheer/poem to get you guys real pumped about it. Okay, so what you have to do is I'm going to read you, there are 4 different lines, and you have to guess which part goes in which line, and it's going to indicate a type of a triangle, except for the intro. I am a shape that has 3 sides and contains 3 angles. There are 3 different types of me. I am a
triangle!
You're good. My first type is misleading because the name makes it sound cute, but this triangle is really tough and sturdy as a root. Because all three angles are less than 90 degrees, it is called
Acute!
You're so good. All right, next we have a triangle that always thinks it's right. If you second guess it, it might put up a fight. It has one 90-degree angle, and it is called
Right!
Yeah. All right, now finally the last triangle, bringing up the caboose. If you want a triangle with a larger angle, this could be of much use. For one angle is greater than 90 degrees, and it is called
Obtuse!
You guys are the best.